Hello again everyone, welcome back. It's time for day 16 of the countdown to the Spectrum. It's Starquake from Bubble Bus Software, released in 1985. For some reason I want to say Bubble Butt Software when I read that. So hopefully I didn't say that. We'll find out in the edit, but I don't think I did. Created by Stephen J. Crow for the price of £7.95. This game was also released on Amiga, Amstrad CPC, Atari 8-bit, Atari ST, BBC Micro, Commodore 64, MSX, and PC-DOS. That is a lot of platforms. And the astonishing thing about this game is I've hardly played it before. I can't remember much about this at all from my childhood. Played a bit for the video, obviously, and thought it was a very good game. I think this one was one of those games that got away from me when I was a kid, and I don't really have an excuse for that. I remember playing it. For some reason, it has not stuck in my brain at all. So there we go. So I'm going to be relying mostly on comments for this one. I'll fill the gaps as much as I can because I want to make sure that you get plenty of gameplay footage. See, it's not all about my stories, these videos. It's also about reading the magazine review and you get to see some of the gameplay footage. Also, it's not really very fair of me just to put games on here that I've played before. I honestly feel like if that was the case, then it would be cutting out half the audience, because you know, you guys need to have some of the games that I haven't played too, because like I've already freely admitted, I have not played every single game that's out there, and it's not fair to just, you know, isolate it to the ones I have played. Obviously, if you want me to talk about them a little bit more and share some memories, then that's more handy. But you know, some people have actually criticised me on this channel for sharing too many memories, so maybe it's a good thing. Maybe those people will be happy. But to be honest, not so much with this series of games. It was when I used to talk about them on other platforms that people used to say, why do you keep telling us stories about your childhood? And it's like, because I just thought they were fun to listen to, you know, because I like to listen to your ones. But I don't know, people were funnier back towards me back then. Everyone's been really nice to me lately, so I really appreciate that. Anyway, look, that's enough about me. Let's crack on with some of the awards this game won. Annual awards, it got first in Best Sound Effects in 1985 Crash Readers Awards, second in Best Arcade Adventure 1985 Crash Readers Awards, and third Best Game Overall in 1985 Crash Reader Awards. So it shows what I know about judging a good game, doesn't it? Because like I said, I barely remember playing this, and look how well it did, you know. It looks like it's an awesome game. It also, for review awards, got CVG Game of the Month for issue 49 in 1985, a Crash Smash in issue 22 1985, which as always you'll see in a bit, and it also was a Crash Smash in issue 56 in 1988. So I'm guessing obviously that was the budget re-release. So there we have it. Anyway, we'll have a look at the review, and that might remind me a little bit further. It's a poorly lined up review, I've got to say. I've done a bad job on this one. I don't quite know what I was actually on. I think I tried to line the title up at the top, so the title's nicely lined up and the picture is horribly lined up, so I don't know what happened there, but I apologise. But at least we can read it, and that is the most important thing. That's why it's on the screen, for me anyway. I like looking at the screenshots too, mind you. But anyway, let's go. Starquake from Bubble Bus sees the return of Steve Crow, programmer of the much acclaimed Wizard's Lair. Now I know Wizard's Lair was a good game, I played that. Starquake revolves around a small biologically operated being named Blob, who's been landed with the menial task of saving the universe from savage destruction. So far that sounds like a unique plot, doesn't it? Well, being a blob sounds unique for sure, but saving the world from destruction, not so unique. But there we go, let's continue. An unstable and potentially dangerous planet is emerging from a black hole somewhere among the backwaters of the galaxy. The planet is so unstable that it will blow into a million fragments if its planetary core isn't fixed. If the planet does go kaboom, then the whole universe will go up too in a massive chain reaction. A Starquake, Blob, has the job of rebuilding the planet's core, thereby preventing disaster. You pick up the quest controlling Blob after his ship has crash landed upon the planet in question. The game is presented in age-old arcade adventure style. The screens flip between each other, with the majority of the action taking place in a cave system below the planet's surface. Star of the show, Blob is a creature of limited abilities who can go left and right and has a nice line in falling before going down. Blob can go up too, using his platform laying device. Platforms can be used to prevent a fall or can be piled up to make vertical stairway. Once laid, they soon fade, however, crumbling to dust, leaving Blob unsupported in midair unless he's hopped onto more solid ground meantime. Blob enters the subterranean caves with 4 lives, a few platforms in stock for his laying device, a gun and some ammunition. A status display at the top of the screen provides readings on the amount of ammunition left and the number of platforms available for laying. A bar display next to a battery icon indicates Blob's energy level, which is reduced by collisions with the nasties. Should this dip below 0, Blob expires and another drawer destroyed has to be wheeled in. Packs of platforms, ammunition and energy are scattered around the playing area, as are a few bonus lives. They are all picked up automatically as Blob runs over them. Collect supply packs to replenish stores, and the status display registers the improvement. Other useful objects have to be deliberately picked up and are added to the limited inventory which Blob can lug around at any one time. The status display also reveals what's been collected. A veritable swarm of aliens inhabits the planetary caverns. Contact with a nasty drains Blob's energy, and while the aliens can be discouraged with a blast from a laser gun, avoiding them is also a good tactic. The nasties are all intelligent, some a lot smarter than others, and come to get you if you hang around. The further into the system you have penetrated, the smarter the nasties it seems. To rebuild the planet's core, you will need to collect various items and take them to the planet's center. A teleport system has been supplied to help you move around the vast complex of locations by the thoughtful Mr. Crow. 6 teleports exist throughout the planet, each with their own password. When you enter a teleport, it informs you of its teleport code and asks you for a destination code so it can transport you to another booth. The teleport network is handy, though the clever thing is it only comes into its own once you've travelled the caves and found the code words to the 6 teleports. Space hopper pads are also available, which can be used to fly about on. The snag is Blob can't pick up items while on a pad, so frequent parking becomes a necessity. One-way transport in an upward direction is also provided by the anti-grav lifts. Decked out in a fetching green, the lifts can also provide a pleasant, nasty-free haven, as well as an effortless form of transport. Barring your way to many essential core parts are the security doors. To pass these barriers, you'll need the key code card corresponding to the code of the door you want to pass. If by chance you'll find a flexible What's-It, it will allow you to pass any door, but is not reusable. That's a heck of a good name, isn't it? A flexible What's-It. Love it. The key code cards and flexible What's-It also work on the Cheop pyramids. Pyramids can be used to trade items in your inventory for more useful objects. A whole range of devices and objects are scattered around the game, including secret passages, zap rays, space locks, and weird and wonderful artifacts, including smash traps, small bridges spanning some of the minor gaps in the cave system. These bridges cannot be passed from underneath, but if jumped on from a great height, they'll yield, breaking into little pieces and allowing free passage. So that's the review. We'll skip the criticisms for now, move to the comments, put the gameplay back on the screen for you to watch. We have keyboard play, very responsive, use of colour, avoids attribute problems really well, excellent. Graphics varied without much repetition, very attractive. Sound excellent, lots of little tunes. Skill levels 1, screens 512, that's good. And the general rating is one of the best Spectrum games currently available. Use to computer 95%, graphics 96%, playability 94%. Getting started 94%, addictive qualities 95%, value for money 92%, overall 96%. Wow, I feel such an idiot for not knowing this game as well as it sounds like I should do. I really don't know what my excuse is for not knowing this one, to be honest with you. 1985, there are a lot of good games about, I suppose. I got my ZX Spectrum in the last month of 1985, so technically when this game came out I didn't have a ZX Spectrum. Had a Commodore 64 though. I guess this one just passed me by, but strangely enough, looking at it and playing it for the video, I sort of recognised it, so I think I must have played it. I just don't, have an extensive memory of playing it. Let's read the criticism. This is one of the best games I've seen on the Spectrum for a hell of a long time. Has everything a brilliant game needs. Superlative graphics, excellent sound, fabulous and unusual gameplay, real depth and addictive qualities. The game itself is really huge with heaps of screens to explore and map. There are also tons of alien things lying around which play an important part in the game. You have to discover what they do and how to use them. If you don't buy this game, then your Spectrum isn't really being put to good use. Miss it at your peril. Well, I guess they've shown me then, haven't they? Because I didn't buy it by the looks of it. So, why are the Bubble Bust games so rare? Perhaps some of them have slipped through my sticky reviewing claws. Here we go, someone's backing me up. But to the best of my knowledge, they haven't released a game since Wizard's Lair, which was ages ago. This game was an improvement on Wizard's Lair with better sound and graphics. It's a lot more playable and addictive. There are so many different nasties that do different things to you that you lose track of which are the nastier nasties. It's a hell of a sentence. All the graphics are very well animated with no attribute clash at all, and the game is full of little tunes which are surprisingly good. I love all the little surprises built into the game when I'm completely addicted to Starquake. I can't see myself putting it down until I'm convinced I can complete it. That's praise indeed. It looks like I picked a good game here, considering I couldn't remember much about it. I picked one that everybody's raving about on here. After the worthy Wizard's Lair, Bubble Bust have certainly come up with a worthy successor with Starquake. I definitely rate this as an all-time great. Starquake's main appeal lies with its design. It's so well thought out. The graphics are very good indeed, both the movement and backgrounds. The content of the graphics is amazing. They don't get very repetitive even over the 512 screens. Though the game is very Ultimate-esque, you'll soon find that things are a lot more more professional, taking the route that ACG should have gone presentation wise. Overall, one of the best Spectrum games to date, both from a gameplay and technical point of view. Well worth a place in your game's library. Well, like I said, I feel like a bit of a fool for not knowing this game better. Let me know in the comments, like, if there's a game out there that everybody raves about that you've never played before. There must be some out there. I guess one series of games which I struggled to get into on the PlayStation was the Dark Souls games, but that was purely because of my anxiety, really, more than anything, rather than anything else. But this game, for some reason, I just don't have a memory of it, and if I've played it or not, I don't know. Like I said, there were a lot of games coming out about that time, and also I just got into my Spectrum at the back end of that year, so maybe it just escaped me, this one. But I am massively looking forward to playing this when I get Spectrum, because it seems like I've been missing out on this one, and I would imagine there's going to be at least 1 or 2 games in the 48 that people feel the same way about, that they probably thought, oh, I've never tried that. There we have it. Okay, that is day 16. Oh my word, can you believe it? We are less than a week away. I can't believe it. I've got my day all sorted. You know, I'm up at the crack of dawn. I'm going down to Smith's Toys, and where Smith's Toys is for me, there's a big shopping centre and stuff. So that's my plan. Get there about 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to go to the Mackies and have breakfast, and then wait till the opening and then just go and pick it up. Hopefully they'll have it available the second the store opens. They better anyway, because my plan is I want to get home with it as soon as possible, because the first thing I'm going to do when I get my Spectrum is make the video for how to put games on it, because obviously with something like that I've got to actually test it myself first. So I need to come home, put some games on, test it works, and then obviously make the video on how to do that. So that's the plan for my first couple of hours. But the shopping centre I got to go to is about a 20-minute bus ride away, so even if I get it in my hands at 9 o'clock, I'm probably not going to start the video till about 10:30, you know. But the amount of time it takes me to do and edit a video, I wouldn't be surprised if it's not up till the afternoon. But I definitely want to get that video up on the first day, so that I can help everybody out with that. If you guys need help, I mean, a lot of you out there might be thinking, well, I don't need to know how to do that, it's going to be simple. But I know there's some people that have requested it, so I hope I'm not telling too many of you guys how to do something that you already know how to do. When I got my A500 Mini, I didn't know how to put games on it. I tried to put games on it at first, and they didn't work. Like I said, I do what I can, and I'm hoping that the video that I bring out is going to help a few people at least anyway, so we will see. Okay, everybody, that's it for this one. Back tomorrow for day 17. Take care, everyone. Thanks again for watching. Really do appreciate it, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.